I'm going to talk about exponential growth versus linear growth. And basically, these are the different models of what each scenario looks like. As you can see, it's a growth versus time model where we're graphing the rate of growth over a specific period of time. Now here in the exponential growth model, you can see at the beginning of the time, it starts off with quite low growth, and over the first periods of time, it grows slowly. But you can see as the same amount of time goes by, the amount of growth within that time increases rapidly as time goes on. Whereas in the linear growth model, once again, you have growth versus time, and we're looking at the rate of growth over a specific period of time. Now, in the linear growth model, from the specific periods of time, the rate of growth does not really change. Growth does take place because over time, it is on an incline, but it's linear, it stays a straight line, it has no curve, or maybe very little curve. So it can also be hybrid. Let's write that down, hybrid, which I would suggest most of us have, and that means we're kind of operating off both models at different times and in different aspects of our lives. But what we want to do is kind of look at the extremes of each and the corresponding behaviors that go along with each, so that we can understand how we can grow quicker in less time. So first, let's take a look at the corresponding behavior for linear growth, and we're going to go through some of the behavior. First, unconscious eating habits and lack of exercise. So if we're not paying attention to what we're eating and its health benefits to our bodies and to our minds, and we're not taking care of ourselves and allowing disease to grow by not exercising, not stretching, not moving our bodies, then our level of growth in that area will probably be very limited. Another example is undiscerning information intake, meaning we listen to all kinds of sources which we may consider authorities, but we're not being discerning with the information that is being given to us, and therefore I can't think of the word, but it's not being processed properly through logic, and we're accepting things that we don't even understand. All right, another example, just picking up skills as you go. You're not really focused toward developing skills in any areas, but as you may have certain jobs or pick up hobbies, you may gain little skills here and there as you go, but it's not directed, so you're not going to be able to grow toward those skills that you really wish to grow toward. All right, lack of direction toward goals. This goes hand in hand with picking up skills as you go. If you don't have the direction toward where you want to be, or what skills you want to have, what goals you have, then your growth in that area toward where you truly probably want to be but have no direction toward getting there, it's going to be a lot slower for you getting there. All right, lack of focus on understanding of self. This one is very important. A lot of us, we externalize a lot so that we don't have to look within ourselves, and therefore we don't have true understandings of who we are and why we do the things we do in our behavior and subconscious, and why we find ourselves in a position that we often find ourselves. And finally, for corresponding behavior of linear growth, lacks intent to establish positivity within relationships. This has to do with a lot of times abuse, especially from childhood, um, playing the victim role or the role of an abuser, um, and basically trying to cope with trauma or pain, but not truly dealing with it in a mature, logical, adult manner. So for exponential growth, the corresponding behavior, um, opposed to with linear growth, unconscious eating habits and lack of exercise, well, corresponding behavior for exponential growth would therefore be eat healthy and exercise, right? Be conscious of what you're putting in your body, why you're putting it there, and that it is giving you health and exercise so that you can keep your body in shape, so you can be in good health. You know, it goes hand in hand. All right. Read, actively seek education. Instead of being undiscerning about the information you take into your mind, choose books in which you can read on topics that you wish to know more about. Actively seek education in all forms and manners in which you can learn. Be discerning about what you're taking into your mind. Gain and build skills through repetition. We talked about the corresponding behavior of linear growth, which was pick up skills as you go, no direction. Well, gain and build skills through repetition and direction, right? And direction. Right? Know where you want to go, that's the direction, and continue to take steps to get there. You'll grow a lot quicker that way, but you have to know where you want to go, and you got to continue to be persistent in getting there. All right, set and achieve goals. This is an exponential growth tip. Rather than having a lack of direction towards your goals, understand, set ways to get there and achieve your goals. Repetition and direction, again, it goes hand in hand. All right, maintain constant self-awareness. Instead of lacking focus on understanding yourself, maintain constant self-awareness. Exponential growth, you'll understand yourself a lot better, a lot quicker. You can get to deeper aspects of yourself, understand who the true you is, and try to live in balance with that, and always work to become a better version of yourself. Last but not least, exponential growth tip. Build positive relationships. You don't want to lack the intent to establish positivity within relationships. Build positive relationships. Do not let your past traumas, don't let your abuse mentality affect the relationships that you can produce in the future. Once again, that's the exponential growth model versus the linear growth model. You choose